If you've nailed the two parts of evaluating food and wine pairing, there's one more thing you've got to know. So if you've nailed the whole thing about evaluating a pairing by looking at the two parts of the pairing, there's one more thing you've got to know. Some people weigh one part of the pairing more heavily than they weigh the other. Meaning some people will make their judgment on whether the pairing is good or bad based on just the attack. Some people will make their decision on whether the pairing is good or bad just on the resolution. What we do at Pairing Base is we try to make our decision based equally on both. Is the attack a 1? Is the resolution a 1? The reason this is interesting and important is because you might evaluate a bunch of pairings. You might think, I've nailed this. I've got a 1 and a 1, and my friends are going to love this. You serve it, and some friends love it, some friends don't. It could be because you've got some friends that are evaluating the attack more heavily than they're weighing the resolution. What I think you're going to do, again, to make sure that everyone's happy, is to make sure that your wine or your pairing is a 1 on both parts of the evaluation, not just one. And that way, those that evaluate only attack are happy because they've got a 1, and those that evaluate only the resolution are happy because they've got a 1. And people that try to work it out and weigh both heavily or both equally, they've got a 1 and a 1, and they're happy as well. Now, how can you tell how your friends are evaluating the pairing? One thing you can look at is how quickly they're coming to a decision. The attack is something you notice right away. It's what happens when the wine first enters your mouth. You can make a quick decision based whether you like it or not. That means you're just evaluating the attack. The resolution takes more time to develop. If you find yourself or see your friends taking some time and being more thoughtful about how they feel about the pairing once wine is in their mouth, you can tell that's someone who is evaluating the resolution and making a decision more on the resolution. So that's how you can decide how people are evaluating the pairing. But again, what we like to do is we like to make sure that the pairings we recommend, the true 2.0 level pairings, are performing at a 1 on both parts of the pairing. That way, no matter what kind of person you have tasting it, they love it. Now, one other thing you should mention here is that, suppose this wine delivers a very nice citrus complexity, and that's what performs as a 1 in resolution. There are other experiences that can perform a 1 in resolution, and it makes sense to look for those. But it makes sense to avoid the zeros and the negative ones on resolution, because that's just not going to make people happy. So that is more detail about how to evaluate a food and wine pairing and understanding how or why people react to a pairing the way they react to it. I hope that helps you understand why your friends or guests are evaluating a pairing the way they're evaluating it. Are they weighers on the first half of the experience, or are they weighers on the second half of the experience, or do they weigh the whole experience equally?